Can you build a deck with just Structure Deck Egyptian Gods GX edition? God, it's been a good few months since we've actually done one of these, so if you are relatively new to the channel and haven't watched any of these type of videos before you leave a comment that's like, no shit dude, of course you can build a deck with a Structure Deck. This is a series where we take any new set that comes out, like a booster set or a side set, or structure decks included, of course, and we try to build a deck using the cards that are available to us in specifically that set, and then we try and find out some combos, and then we actually play test the deck and see how it performs. So all of that is what we're going to be doing in this video. Stay tuned. So I haven't really looked too much into the cards that actually come in this structure deck. Typically any deck that revolves around a bunch of high level monsters in the main deck is kind of bricky. So I'm interested to see if they have accounted for that issue. We have a playmat here. Is it beautiful? Yo, where's the zones at though? Insert cool Egyptian god card theme here. Wow, beautiful. All right, moving on to the good stuff. I believe all of the Sacred Beasts actually come in ultra rare in this. So let's take a little look, shall we? We have Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scraper. Okay, big boy, Obelisk 3. We have Uriah, Slifer the Sky Dragon, Haemon, the Winged Dragon of Ra, and Raviel, Obelisk the Tormentor, and Armityle, the big Chaos Phantasm fusion monster. Cannot be destroyed by battle, so at least has a little bit of protection. Might see some play today, we'll see. Already that's like 4 main decked big monsters, so hopefully there is some kind of consistency in here with some nice engines. Let's find out. Yo, is that damage? So super rare Cerulean Skyfire, continuous spell. Looks like it has a spell and trap negation as well, and that makes the Winged Dragon of Ra a little bit easier to get out. Hyper Blaze, that looks pretty cool. Dimension Fusion Destruction. Chaos Core, level 3, 0/0. Dark Beckoning Beast, level 2. Chaos Summoning Beast, level 1. Dark Summoning Beasts. Okay, lots of beasts. Phantom of Chaos, Phantom Skyblaster, Mad Reloader, Grave Squirmer, Rainbow Dark Dragon, banishing 7 dark monsters with different names from your graveyard. Tragodia, Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju, a much needed reprint. Chaos Hunter, Puppet Master, a motorbike with shiny lights. Okay, Farfa, haha, the Fabled Cerberus, Danger Chupacabra. I don't think you can actually resolve this effect because that's the only danger in here. Opening of the Spirit Gates. Okay, Fallen Paradise for a field spell. Phantasmal Martyrs. Wait, is that not just the same artwork as the card? Yeah, okay, whatever. Spell Chronicle. Terraforming, okay, that's a decent reprint. Set Rotation as well. Mound of the Bound Creator, that's very nice. 1 for 1. I could have actually opened this deck on Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch. The Beginning of the End. I love this card. Pot of Desires. So many Pot of Desires reprints lately. Rare in Toon Chaos as well. Owner's Seal. Return control of all monsters on the field to their owners. Okay. Field Barrier. Swords of Concealing Light. MST, always nice, I guess. Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. Escape from the Dark Dimension. Slime Mommy. Or Feral Imp, I guess it looks like. Imperial Custom. Mistake, little happy old Sangan there, excited to finally get on the bus out of this hellhole. Dark Factory of more production. Phantasm Emperor Trilojig, so we have another big fusion monster. 3 level 10s, okay. And we have a couple of tokens and Duel Links, Legacy of the Duelist, Legendary Duelist Season 1. God, we're getting almost as much promotions as cards. Okay, there's a nice binder collection there for you. Okay, so just to not waste time reading all the cards here, I'm actually going to go read them off camera, see if I can build what I believe is the best version of the deck, find out some combos, and come back with a deck list. One small teensy-weensy jump cut for you, one full day of building, testing, and losing to hand traps for me. But we do have a list, so let's get into it. For the big boys, we have one Hulk Smash. This helps facilitate Raviel OTKs. It doubles its attack and allows it to attack all monsters. We also have one copy of Uriah. because it sucks ass and you don't ever want to summon it. Basically, it's in here just in case you want to summon Armityle at one point. Makes the deck a little bit more fun. You also have 2 chickens and 2 Ravayals, so 6 big fat boys in total to round off the Sacred Beast package. Next up, we have the core of the strategy. This is where the consistency comes in. So we have triple opening of the Spirit Gates. This thing has 3 effects. So on activation, you can search for any monster that lists any of the Sacred Beasts, or you can search for the Sacred Beasts themselves. Additionally, if you control a level 10, you can add back a continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand. And the third effect is that you can discard a card to special summon a fiend from your graveyard with 0 attack and 0 defense. So you can add back a continuous spell and then discard it, blah, blah, blah. Next up, we have the best normal summon in the deck, Dark Beckoning Beast. This thing, when it's normal summoned, you can search for any card that lists the Sacred Beasts in its card text. And additionally, it grants you a second normal summon of a fiend with 0 attack and 0 defense. Now, one of those things you're probably going to use the additional normal summon on is Chaos Summoning Beast. With this thing, you can attribute it to special summon a Sacred Beast from the hand, and then you can banish it from your graveyard to search for the field spell, which is definitely integral to the strategy. And finally, rounding off the monsters in the core strategy is triple Dark Summoning Beast. So if you open up at least one of the searchers, you're at least guaranteed 1 Sacred Beast on the field, but there's multiple 2-card combinations within these 12 cards that gets you 2 Sacred Beasts on the field, which is important because the win condition of the deck is triple Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. If you flip this and you have 1 Sacred Beast on the field, then you gain life points for every monster your opponent summons equal to its attack, and if you have 2 different names, Sacred Beasts, on the field, you can negate the activated effects of monsters your opponent controls. And also, if you manage to get 3 on the field, God forbid, any monster sent to the opponent's graveyard is banished instead. So a very good card if you can get set up. We also have 2 Cerulean Skyfire. You can play this at 3, but I'm playing it at 2. If you have a chicken on the field in attack position, you can swap it to defense as a continuous effect to negate the effect of a spell or trap. So because it's a continuous effect, you can negate like Super Poly, for example, but you're probably not really going to get Super Poly'd in this deck. And finally, rounding out the core package of the strategy, we have triple Fallen Paradise and 1 Terraforming. You want to have this live at all times. If you control a Sacred Beast or Armityle, you get to draw 2 cards just for free, because why not? And additionally, it grants your Sacred Beasts and Armityle protection from targeting and destruction by card effect. Finally, we have 1 of the fusion spell. If you can get Armityle up at any point, then you can just search for this and put out Armityle with 10k attack and attack for game. Otherwise, you don't really want to put out Armityle because it's very fragile and just kind of dies, I guess. But yeah, that rounds out the core strategy of the deck. It's a very all eggs in one basket kind of deck. There's no real backup plan in here, unfortunately, so if your plays don't go off, then you're gonna be in for a rough time. So the rest of the deck is literally just to attempt to facilitate your plays and kind of survive until you can get something off. So we have 3 Chaos Core. When this is targeted by card effect or for an attack, you can dump some Sacred Beasts to add counters to it, and then for every time it's supposed to be destroyed, you can remove a counter to protect it. You also take no battle damage, so it's kind of just a stall option if your hand is garbage. You also have 3 Desires to help cycle through the deck. Obviously, you want to see your opening plays. If you don't, then good luck. In that same vein, we also have 2 Chupacabra to help cycle through your deck. 3 is a little bit too much because if you see it in multiples, then you're less likely to resolve the effect. We also have a 1-for-1 to special summon out Chaos Summoning Beast from the deck. And then finally, we have 3 MST just as a utility option. Like I said, it's a very all eggs in one basket kind of strategy. There's really no backup plan to fall back onto. There really should have been like Fiendish Chain or any kind of battle traps in this deck, but yeah, it's all just garbage. So that is the best list, I believe, that we can come up with. We're gonna go through some testing highlights first, and then we'll jump into some live commentary games. But first, I'm going to show you the main combo of the deck. Oh, and also the extra deck and the side deck. So we, of course, have 3 Trilojig and 3 Armityle for the extra deck, 6 cards, very cool. And for the side deck, we have 3 Swords of Conceal and Light, very good against like Shaddolls and Invoked, for example. 3 Kaijus, 3 Chaos Hunters, and 3 Mistake, 12 cards. There you go, not bad. Now, for the main combo of the deck, it is a 2-card combo, but there is multiple variations of it. You can do it with, for example, these 2, you can do it with these 2, you can do it with these 2, you can even do it with these 2 or these 2. As long as it's not these 2, then you're good to go. So we'll do that now. We're going to start with Beckoning Beast and Summoning Beast. So we have 3 unknown cards. So here we're going to normal summon Dark Beckoning Beast Beast is going to search for Gates. Activate Gates. Gates is going to search for Dark Summoning Beast. Now we're going to tribute the Beckoning Beast to summon the Dark Summoning Beast with your second normal summon. Then we're going to activate the effect of Dark Summoning Beast, so you contribute this to special summon a Sacred Beast from your deck. You can't attack for the rest of the turn, but it's turn 1, so that doesn't really matter. Then you can banish this from your graveyard to search for a Sacred Beast monster. Now with Spirit Gates, it doesn't target the monster for you to revive in the graveyard, so if we discard the Chaos Summoning Beast to revive a Fiend with 0 attack and 0 defense from the graveyard, we can revive the same card that we discarded as long as we have an additional target in the graveyard. And now we can activate the effect of Summoning Beast to summon our second Sacred Beast from the hand, and banish Summoning Beast to add the field spell. So we can now activate the field spell and draw 2 additional cards. And if any of these is the trap, then there you go, your opponent's basically locked out of monster effects on the field. And if you have Cerulean Skyfire as well, they're also locked out of a spell or trap effect. So that's like the best opening you could do, I guess, like throw in an MST as well and you're good to go. If any of that gets interrupted, obviously you can't do anything. But if you do manage to pull it off, it's quite a difficult board to deal with because these can't be targeted, they can't be destroyed by card effects, and they are beefy boys. Alright, now we can move on. Alright, so it's not quite live commentary, but I think we have established that the deck is pretty damn fragile. For that reason, with the matches I have today, I specifically requested casual decks with no hand traps. So we're up against Kaiser playing a more casual variant of Cyber Dragons, and we win rock, paper, scissors, so we're going first, double MST, Desires in hand. Before committing to the Beckoning Beast, I want to see what resources we can draw into, and we get double field spell. You hate to see it, but at least we do have access to at least one Sacred Beast, thanks to Beckoning. So we go for the classic combo of Beckoning, search for Gates, Gates, search for Summoning Beast. We then tribute over for the Summoning Beast and activate its effect to put a chicken on the board. Like I said before, the field spell, you can literally just draw 2 cards for free if you have a Sacred Beast on the field, and we draw into a Chaos Summoning Beast, so we do have access to 2 Sacred Beasts on the field, but there's really no point if we don't have Awakening. Searching for Ravael, I save them for the next turn and set to MST before passing turn. Not the best thing our deck can do, but having a protected 4k body on the field is quite hard for a lot of decks to deal with. Cyber Dragons not being one of those decks because we still managed to get OTK'd by a singular Cyber Twin Dragon buffed by Seeger and then limiter removal. Game 2, because we're going against Cyber Dragons, I actually choose to go second, and we see a Kaiju, but we see a pretty piss poor hand. Kaiser sets 2 back row, activates Future Fusion, so you already know shit's gonna go down, and then discards a Hurt for a Naxter in defense, searching for Cyber Dragon. Over to us, top decking a Chaos Summoning Beast makes our hand a bit more playable. We can normal summon that and then summon the Ravael from hand. Also getting us access to the field spell by banishing the Chaos Summoning Beast from the graveyard, so we are going to have a protected 4k body and a Pot of Greed, although on the activation of the field spell, Cybernetic Overflow gets flipped, kissing goodbye to any chance of doing anything nice on this turn. Passing on an empty board, Future Fusion sends 2 Cyber Dragons to the grave for Cyber Twin Dragon, which will come out on the next turn. Taking 200 to the face, we draw into a Beckoning Beast with Summoning Beast in hand. That is one of our 2-card combos. We also have the Trap as well, so we're about to lock our opponent out of monster effects on the field. So normal summoning the Beckoning, we search for Gates, which we use to search for Chaos Summoning Beast. Tribute over the Beckoning for our Dark Summoning Beast and use its effect to put a chicken on the board. We won't be able to attack this turn, but it's fine. We then use Gates to discard and summon the Chaos Summoning Beast, banish the Dark Summoning Beast to search for Ravael, and then activate the effect of Chaos Summoning Beast to summon Ravael from hand. Man, these card names are so difficult to speak with. So banishing the Chaos Summoning Beast, we get access to a field spell once again, which draws us into the Hulk Smash. Because we can't attack this turn, I set the trap and pass, but on the next turn, we're going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage. In the draw phase, before Future Fusion resolves, I flip Awakening to gain them juicy life points. However, a second Cybernetic Overflow gets chained. This time our monsters are protected thankfully, so it's just their back row that gets wiped, but this does give him access to on-field effects. Down comes the Future Fusion Cyber Twin Dragon, followed up with the normal summon of a Cyber Dragon Core. Ravael has a mandatory effect where every time your opponent normal summons, you special summon a token to your side of the field. Core searches a Cyberload Fusion. He then links both of his monsters into a Seeger and fuses a Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. This will be enough to clear my entire board. However, when he attacks Ravael, from there he just passes his turn. So we contribute the token to add the Hulk Smash back from our graveyard to the hand. We then activate the field spell for a free Pot of Greed, because why not? Kaiju over the Seeger to make sure he does take battle damage. Use the effect of Ravael to tribute Haemon to buff his own attack by 4,000. Double it again with the Hulk Smash, putting him up to 16,000. And you thought Armityle was strong.
Attack with Fist of Fury!
Game 3 was nowhere near as exciting. I kind of expected him to go second, so sided for going first, and we open up 2 traps, a fusion spell which we obviously can't use right now, Chupacabra and Desires. While he just steamrolls over anything I can do, I'm relying on the heart of the cards, and well, Alright, we'll try one more game, so this time we're up against Jordy Crate playing his Danger Dark Lords. Going first, we do see a Dark Beckoning Beast, thankfully, but we also see 2 Sacred Beasts, of our 6 in the entire deck, of course. Since we have the Hulk Smash in hand, I want to put Ravael on the board, so with the Beckoning we search for Gates, and with Gates we search for the Dark Summoning Beast, summoning Ravael from the deck. We also have the field spell, so I banish the Dark Summoning Beast to search for Uriah just to prevent us drawing into any more Sacred Beasts. Alright, Pot of Greed, what have you got for us? I would like to see the I mean, I guess it's not terrible because we do have the Chaos Summoning Beast in hand. However, we've gone through 5 of our 6 Sacred Beasts in just 10 cards. Jordy goes through a series of draw cards and Dark Lord cards until he gets the link on the board, summons Nastin, and he does have enchantment in the graveyard, so he can just yoink my Ravael, even though I do have targeting and destruction protection. None of that matters against enchantment. He also has a Morning Star, so against my token, I'm pretty sure that's just straight up game. However, he links everything into the BLS link instead. Biggest mistake of your life, my guy. Now, you wouldn't really expect a structure deck to punish your mistakes, but he's about to get Hulk smashed into oblivion. Top decking MST really doesn't matter right now. We just normal summon the Chaos Summoning Beast, tribute it to summon Ravael from the hand. We might as well activate the Pot of Greed just now. Double Gates, by the way. So if he does somehow manage to survive, we can search for Beckoning off the Gates and then search for the fusion spell and make Armityle on the next turn. Genuinely feels like we're harnessing the power of all the demon gods right now, but the Hulk Smash is enough. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Game 2, our hand is absolute garbage. 2 MST again. How many times have we seen MST? Like, is there a way to place your cards in the deck building screen that I'm just not aware of? Or does EDO Pro just literally hate me? Either way, our hand is the least of our worries because after going through a bunch of dangers, he gets Draglubian on the field and goes into Harbinger. Alright, game 3, we're going first. Double Mistake isn't great, but we do have our 2-card combo. I swear I sided out MSTs for the mistakes, so it literally would have been double MST again. Anyway, playing through our combo, we search for Gates, and because we already have the Dark Summoning Beast, we use Gates to search for the Chaos Summoning Beast. Tribute over Beckoning for the Dark Summoning Beast and put a chicken on the board. Use the same discard play with Gates to discard the Chaos Summoning Beast and then summon it back from the graveyard, and because we already have Ravael in hand, I search for Uriah this time with the Dark Dark Summoning Beast. This potentially sets us up for an Armityle play on the next turn, which is always really fun to do. But yeah, grabbing the field spell off of the Chaos Summoning Beast in Graveyard, we activate it and the Pot of Greed effect, drawing us into a second Chaos Summoning Beast and a Pot of Desires. Now, because our board's already set up, we need to see the trap, so we activate the Desires, hoping to draw into that, or Cerulean Skyfire. Mate! Finally lucky, finally. So we've set up our board, we've also set up 2 Mistake, which doesn't hurt him too much because you can still draw cards under Mistake, and most of his cards are just draw power. He does manage to get a Nastin on the board with an Ixchel in defense, just as a sort of wall for us to deal with. But Dark Lords are nothing against Dark Gods. Drawing into another field spell, I'm about to do something I never would have expected to do with this list. Flipping our 3rd continuous trap face up, I then activate the Pot of Greed effect, getting a Terraforming and a Dark Beckoning Beast. Now, tributing all 3 of our face-up traps, we meet the actual summoning conditions of Uriah in hand. Cheating it out is one thing, but actually being able to summon it like that is insane, and we now have all 3 Sacred Beasts on the field.
All 3 Sacred Beasts?
Yes, Adrian, that's what I said. Now it's just a case of going for game. Now we do have Chaos Summoning Beast in hand, so with the Beckoning, if we search for a 4th Sacred Beast, we can put that on the field and kill him, or we can search for the Hulk Smash. Even just the fusion spell for Armityle at this point would be game, because he just paid 2,000 for his Dark Lord effects. Well, it turns out we banished all of those options with Desires, unfortunately, so instead I go for the trap and we can resolve it with its full effect. Annihilating all of his monsters in the battle phase, we leave him with just 600 life points and 1 card in hand. It's pretty much over at this point. He top decks a Danger Thunderbird. It also gets sniped and banished thanks to Awakening, so he just scoops. Enjoy your stay in the Shadow Realm, Jordy. Another soul claimed. So can you build a deck with Structure Deck Sacred Beasts? Casual. But yes, the structure deck itself is really missing a plan B in the form of removal in like actually good traps. Fiendish Chain would have been a perfect inclusion because it also caters to the summoning condition of Uriah, but Uriah sucks ass, so it's probably just best being played as like Raviel Turbo with the OTK Hulk Smash. It was, however, really fun to play with, and I suppose that's the main thing. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching if you have made it this far. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you're feeling extra generous, consider smashing that like button. Love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you